It's Election Day, 1758, in Virginia. You put on your least dirty shirt, you walk up to the county courthouse, and you vote. There's no booth. There's no curtain. There's no little "I voted" sticker. Instead, you stand in front of the entire county. The sheriff asks who you're voting for, and you just say it out loud, in front of your neighbors, your boss, your mother-in-law, and both candidates, who are sitting right there at a table, watching you. Here's the thing nobody tells you. The secret ballot, the thing we treat as the absolute foundation of democracy, is younger than the light bulb. For most of American history, voting was public, loud, occasionally drunk, and frequently on fire, and the details are genuinely insane. Let's start at the beginning. In colonial America, voting was done viva voce, by voice. You announced your choice like you were ordering at a deli, the clerk wrote it down in a big public book, and then, this is real, the candidate you picked would stand up, shake your hand, and personally thank you. Imagine voting for president and the president just high-fives you on the way out. And of course there were drinks. Candidates were basically required to throw a party at the polls. When young George Washington ran for office, he supplied the voters with 160 gallons of booze, and that wasn't a scandal. That was just Tuesday. Refusing to serve alcohol was considered rude, and at least one candidate lost specifically because he didn't bring any. But here's the problem with saying your vote out loud. Everyone can hear it. Your landlord can hear it. The guy who owns the general store can hear it. Vote the wrong way, and suddenly your rent goes up, your credit disappears, and your pew at church gets mysteriously drafty. Public voting didn't just measure opinion, it enforced it. So in the 1800s, America switched to paper. Problem solved, right? Wrong. Because here's where it gets stupid. The government didn't print ballots. The political parties did. Each party printed its own ticket, with only its own candidates on it. And, my personal favorite detail, they printed them in big, bright, unmissable colors. Your secret paper ballot was hot pink. You grabbed it from a party agent standing 20 feet from the ballot box, and everyone within a quarter mile knew exactly how you voted. It's like having a secret identity where the costume is just your regular face, which meant buying votes actually worked. A party boss could hand you $2, watch you walk the red ticket to the box, and confirm delivery like a UPS driver. And if bribery didn't get the numbers up, there were other methods. Ballot boxes with false bottoms. Tissue ballots, paper so thin one voter could stuff in 20. Entire cemeteries showing up to vote, which is impressive turnout for people with no legs. And a practice called cooping, where gangs would kidnap a guy, get him drunk, vote him, change his hat, and vote him again. 5, 6, 7 times. Some historians think that's what happened to Edgar Allan Poe, found delirious in Baltimore on Election Day, in clothes that weren't his. The horror writer, possibly killed by voting. By the 1880s, American elections were such a circus that we had to import the fix from the other side of the planet. Australia had invented something radical. Ballots printed by the government listing all the candidates, handed out at the polling place and filled out alone in a private booth. They literally called it kangaroo voting. Massachusetts and Louisville tried it in 1888, and within a decade, almost every state had copied it, because it turns out democracy works better when your landlord can't watch. And here's the twist ending. Once votes became secret, voter turnout went down. Partly because buying votes stopped working, you can't confirm delivery anymore. The parties literally lost interest in dragging people to the polls because they couldn't verify the merchandise. So the next time you stand in that flimsy little cardboard booth, in that weird library silence, filling in your tiny bubble, remember that the silence is the newest part. For most of American history, your vote was the loudest thing about you. 200 years of shouting, brawling, bribing, and pink paper, all so you could have 30 seconds of privacy with a golf pencil. Enjoy the sticker. You have no idea what it cost.